You're going to talk about the rally, right?
No, not really.
What? Come on, bro.
It was all right, dude. What's up, everybody? It's
All
the
right.
Basics Podcast. It's Jordan Weber,
Montana scientist Jay Cross.
and thank you for tuning in. Today is a very special episode. Today is episode 20, the big 2-0.
We're Vente now. If you were at Starbucks, you would have to order us a Vente.
Today, something big has happened, something very big in the science world. And I'm going to let the scientists get into it right away.
This is true. So what we got going on today is, pretty groundbreaking stuff. Essentially, what has transpired is that, the last 90, 80 to 90 years of physics has finally been kind of proved not obsolete, but has been upended in a sense where the notions of what is possible have been expanded. Okay, so physics used to be this very rigid definition of things like Newtonian physics, right? That's what got us to the moon. You know, it's just like mass times acceleration equals velocity or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like the very simple Newtonian equations. That's what got us to the moon. That was no problem. That was fine. Then came, you know, the technological age where we started dabbling some physics. Okay, so where like cell phones, transistors, they start dabbling into that realm of quantum mechanics in physics and what is known and unknown. So for the last long while, we've been kind of, at least in the physics community, people have been really reluctant to admit that the model that we have is just completely unresolved. Like people have known for a long time that there needs to be unification, right, between general relativity and quantum mechanics. But what is happening now on the quantum mechanics side is that, people were trying to resolve quantum mechanics with string theory. That has basically not worked. So string theory is basically it's kind of just a theory. It's a hypothesis. The math is good. Like the math that comes out of string theory is applicable in a lot of ways in a lot of other things. But string theory doesn't describe the universe or reality as it just doesn't. And so what has happened now? Why the reason that the Nobel Prize has been awarded in physics this year to three different gentlemen, and let me pull up their names here. Oh shit! Hold on, I got a lot of fucking pages here. John Clauser, Alan Aspect, and Anton Zellinger. They equally split the 2022 Nobel Prize in Physics for experiments with entangled photons, establishing the violation of Bell inequalities and pioneering quantum information science. Bell inequalities is like the pioneering work on the this was the prior years, or not the priors. He was a Nobel peace or Nobel physics Nobel recipient in the 60s. So they have expanded upon Bell's. So apparently Bell, and this is I didn't do a lot of research on this, but he was one of the people that first started talking about quantum entanglement. So I guess first, before I start getting into anything crazy, have you heard of quantum entanglement? Like you really Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hold on. I don't know. My mic just turned off. I gotta reset this.
Okay, yeah, because I thought my headphones died. I thought that's why I couldn't hear you.
No, let me put my headphones in and try something. I'm bringing the headphones back.
Hell yeah, that's real podcast hours, bro.
Okay. All right. All
So
right.
so
That's better.
entanglement, bro. I want what do you think? What is like your kind of interpretation or understanding of quantum entanglement? Just so that everybody else,
A
gets like
ba-
what the
like
common
a
understanding.
basic understanding of what it is.
Yeah, the basics.
I guess like there's particles that are like they're
Yes.
connected to
Yes.
each other, but they're far away from each other, and somehow they're able to communicate
Yes.
instantaneously and
Yes.
talk to each other faster than what was normally thought of the speed limit of information transfer, which was the speed of light.
Well,
So they're
you said it. You said instantaneous, and that's the
instant.
key.
Yeah, I guess they're entangled somehow through some sort of quantum fabric that before we didn't know about or understand, I guess.
So perfect, bro. You have a very, very good grasp. That's essentially what it is. That's the nuts and bolts of it right there. That's what quantum entanglement is. Um, but so you said, some unknown mechanism.
Right.
So the mechanism is not quite unknown. It is known, but it is not understood. So the mechanism is called spin. So particles always have a spin. They're either up, down, positive, negative. There's certain there's a spin associated with each particle, and particles that are quantumly entangled share spin. So they share spin. So it's almost like if you get like a water balloon, like a really stretchy water balloon. This is going to be a horrible analogy. This is the worst analogy ever. I wish I could come up with something better. But it's like you have a water balloon and you split it. The water balloon, you got two little pockets of water in each side, and you start twisting it. Immersive view. Oh, let's fucking what?
Fireside
What?
chat. What if we did that? What if we called it the fireside chat?
Fireside chat podcast, 100%, baby. Let's get it. What? Yo, what? Bro, I just got quantumly entangled to this fireplace, bro.
Instantaneously.
Bro, that's fucking sick as fuck, dude. I need to get farther away though, so it looks normal. Hold on.
No, you look good. You look good. I got this fucking weird cutout of this mic right here. Gotta try and hide it.
We'll look like this. We'll go like this.
There we go.
Um,
Can you still hear me fine? Or is that too loud
yeah,
now?
I can. No, it's perfect.
Okay.
Um, so basically, it's like if you start spinning one end of the pair, the entangled pair, the other reacts in a equal or opposite, reaction. Basically, it's like if you can tell that this thing has an up spin or a down spin, whatever particle you're observing, the entangled partner will have the same, like the opposite.
The entangled partner will have the opposite. Uh-oh, that might be too much. It might be too. Is he gonna
Can you hear me?
come back? Yeah. Is he gonna come back into the
In the picture?
fireplace?
Let me try to rejoin. Hold on.
Here, let me restart it. Immersive.
Yeah, I think I gotta be here when you turn it on.
There we go.
That's never gonna get old, bro. That is never gonna get old. That's awesome. That is the funniest shit of all time. I'm not even joking right now, bro. Fuck. Wow. Okay. What was I saying?
So the
Anyway,
particles, they're entangled and do spin, and
spin.
you said one of them will have a spin, and then the other one, that's where he froze.
Yep. So okay. So that's called supersymmetry. Okay. So that's kind of like one of the main foundations that quantum mechanics, or sorry, the string theory version of quantum mechanics was going off on, was supersymmetry, right? So all these strings had supersymmetric resonance with all these other strings, but that's not the case. It's just the case that the individual particles have the supersymmetry with the other particle. So um, it's crazy, and you can make entangled particles. You can like intentionally do it. We do it in particle colliders. So, and I'll be honest, I have no fucking clue how.
Uh-oh, there he goes again. Let me do this.
You still hear me?
Yeah, give me a sec. Hold on.
Bro, that's the fucking craziest shit out of all time. I swear to God, that's so cool.
I think that is one of the reasons why it keeps freezing though.
It probably is.
I'm gonna screen share for a sec. I'll be right back, okay? Let me fix this.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
No, but I know what it's saying. Oh yeah, there it is.
Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. Right before I left work, I chugged half a gallon of water. so I gotta stay hydrated. Gotta get what?
Is it still hot there or no?
No, I said right before I left work, I chugged half a gallon of water.
Oh, so you've been pissing.
Yeah, that's why I had to. That's why I had to pause it real quick.
Pissing.
Yeah.
All right, for sure, for sure. Respect. You gotta stay hydrated. Definitely hydrated. Most definitely. So, yeah. Basically, well, not basically. I mean, I got a lot of shit. Should I just do all this up front at the top, or do you got other shit you want to talk about? I got a lot of shit here,
No, this is the most interesting thing. I want to
God damn it.
learn more about this.
Froze again.
Oh, he's back. He's back. How old's your phone, big dog?
Hold on one sec. How do I put this on speaker?
I don't know. The mic sounds better
speaker?
now, though.
That's good?
Yeah, the your voice sounds way better now.
I'm on my phone on speaker right now, so if that works, then fuck yeah, let's do that. That's way easier. Fuck yeah.
So have they been? So they've proven that faster than light speed communication exists. Have they?
Without a doubt, 100%. Einstein was wrong. That has been proven now.
Because
Yes.
they've been talking about that possibility for a while now, and now it's proven.
Ever since I've been aware of physics, like that's been the contention. It's like, is it real or is it not? Like, can you actually communicate like data?
Yeah, and
Like-
in the beginning they thought like it may be sensor errors, like or like the way they were testing it, problems like with that.
Back in like CERN, like 2010, 2011, that's when this was like first like being tested in CERN. And it's like they were creating the entangled pairs and measuring them and looking at them and like being like, is this real? Is this not? And it's like, so it's been proven beyond the doubt scientifically. And you know how rigorous that is when you have thousands of scientists looking at one fucking thing, being like, nah, that number's not right, bro. Not down to a one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, scientists are very fucking like they have big ass egos, bro. Like a lot of scientists have big ass egos, and they don't want some other person in their field making some discovery that they're working on.
And they don't want to be proven wrong. They don't want to dedicate their whole life to something and be told, nah, dude, you're wrong. This is what it is.
Exactly.
So it's a waste of their life, you know?
It is. So that's why the scientific field is so like, it's so hard to change. And you need like factual, or at least in physics, you need like factual fucking measurements and shit that you cannot deny that have been tested and retested.
Yeah, that's the basis.
People, and to convince people to change their fucking opinions that they're whole shit. Some guy just spent, the last 2 decades, 20 years of his life trying to investigate string theory. A lot of people have. And now it's like all those string theorists, they're out of a fucking job. Like string theory doesn't exist. Like it's not real.
Wait,
so it's like,
okay, wait, I need to ask you about that. So this means string theory is not a theory anymore. What is the main theory now?
No, so this kind of takes us back to the standard model, just tweaking the standard model again. Because the whole idea behind string theory was that was going to be the new standard model. Like string theory was going to extrapolate from string theory all of reality and everything. But that's not possible due to the quantum incongruities in the particles themselves. So because string theory was trying to go one layer deeper than particles, right? So string theory was trying to explain what a particle was by using a string. But now we have this data knowing that the particle itself is able to be entangled in a certain way that basically just denies and cancels out string theory. Basically.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's
I
a
never
higher
liked
level.
string theory.
Yeah. I love string theory, bro. I wanted it to be string theory, bro. I wanted the universe to be frequencies, bro. The universe to be a melody played on strings, bro. That's what I wanted. But it's not real. So I have to change my mind. I have to change my outlook. And I have to, and not that I like really wanted it. I don't give a shit. But it's like, I thought that would have been cool. But that's not the case, So with like the solid confirmation and now the recognition from the largest scientific award that exists, the Nobel Prize, this has been inducted into the mainstream scientific knowledge forever, which is, it's fantastic. And what this really means What this boils down to is that the universe is not locally, it's not real. Right? So let me try to like, so
Are we a hologram? Are we projected?
brother, you fucking nailed it. That was one of my notes. I don't know, but that was one of my notes that I had on page hold on. Where is it? I wrote it somewhere. I had holographic universe written down because of that implication, basically.
With this dude, have you heard of Nassim Haramein's unified field theory? Do you know who Nassim Haramein is?
Sounds familiar, but no, I don't.
He's a physicist, and he's been considered like a fringe theory scientist, like out kind of out there with a lot of the stuff he talks about, because he talks a lot about consciousness and holographic universe. And he talks about how it's based off the Planck particle, like the smallest unit of measurement.
Planck. Yeah.
And I can't describe it. I won't even be able to do it justice because it's so advanced. But that's basically
about a pressure. He talks about a pressure that comes from that finite length of space that exists. So, like, since it's so small and you can't get smaller than anything, any amount of energy that falls below that level will start to resonate in that same frequency and like start to like produce energy. It's not crazy, but I have heard that. I have heard that same theory. I didn't know that it was his though.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's like the original guy or he's just extrapolated on it, but he talks a lot of what he talks about is that, and he supposedly like is able to determine the mass of objects in a way through his calculations that is more accurate than like what we've tested. Like through his theoretical mathematics, he's able to test the mass or calculate the masses of objects that we've tested through other mathematics, but his is more accurate. But that's because he's actually using the correct model of mathematics that we should actually be using. Where we can get close to it using this other model, but it's not as accurate because it's not the exact correct mathematics. I don't know, something like that.
No, it's the right math, but it doesn't exactly mesh with the rest of the standard model. So if the mathematics doesn't mesh with the standard model perfectly, like I said, scientists are going to be very reluctant to change. Scientists are the most conservative people in the world. They hate change. They want things to stay exactly the same so that they can make their discovery. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With this new discovery, have they come out with any like physical, practical uses of this information, or is it all theoretical? Have we been able to like make any tech with this yet?
So the underlying principle of what we're talking about and what has been proved is already in use in cell phones, in transistors, like quantum uncertainty, right? So the quantum entanglement that they talk about, that is already in use in terms of like solid state drives and all that sort of thing. That's what that is, like a solid state drive, no moving parts, just electron transfer. That is based on the uncertainty principle and there being like small amounts of entanglement involved. I don't exactly know. I'm not an engineer on that sort of end of it. But yeah, I'm more of like, I'm more of the theories guy, I'm not the engineer guy. I'm not like putting it in the tech. Let me so just to finish off what I was reading earlier, hold on, where was it, dude? Sorry, I fucking printed out this whole motherfucking thing. Okay, yeah. So the universe is not locally real, basically, is the implication of this of what is truly the implication of what this is talking about here. So objects have definable and like definite properties that are like independent of observation, right? So you would think like even if nothing is looking at you, even if you're not like being observed, you still exist, right? Like you as a group of particles and molecules, you exist even if no one's looking at you. However, when you start looking at very, very small things, the way that we look at things is by shooting a photon at it and getting the photon back. That's how we look. That's how we see. That's how we detect anything at all. In the universe, the only way to see something or to know that it's there is to take a photon and bounce it off of that and get it back and read something about the photon that you got back. It's either slower or it's faster or it's shifted direction or it's done something so that you can measure what that particle that you're looking at is, where it is, how much it weighs, what it does, all that sort of stuff. You have to, at the very, very least, you have to shoot a photon at it and get that back to see it. Right? You can't just like have something existing and look at it without hitting it with something. Right? You can't observe anything without hitting it with light, essentially. And that's a photon. Okay? So in that's how
our eyes work.
That's how our eyes work. But everything is already being hit with light, you know, so that doesn't matter in our day-to-day lives. But when you get down to the scientific level and one particle, you're trying to look at one little tiny thing in a vacuum, in a space, in a confined area that is scientifically controlled and is not getting pelted by sunlight, or, you know, it's in a lead box. There's no cosmic radiation, nothing influencing it. And you want to take specific measurements on these particles, on these elements, on these elementary particles, you know, you have to hit it with a photon. And if you hit it with a photon, that is going to impart energy into that particle. So you automatically influence whatever you're looking at. If you're trying to look at something, it is not as it would be normally. Like, and by normally, I mean, if it wasn't, you know, exposed to any radiation, which is sunlight, which is photons, which is all that stuff. So there's no way to observe anything in its natural state. And that's what that's saying, is that there is not a local reality. There's no natural state to anything, because the moment that you try to confirm what that state is, you have changed the state. You've changed it. So what you were trying to look at, which was what it was doing before, you've changed that, and you can't see what it was doing before because you changed it on the fundamental level the minute you tried to look at it. And basically what that means is that so like you can't have like the fact. Let's see, let me see if I can boil this down, because this is why Albert Einstein was upset with the whole thing, is because even when you're not looking at a red apple, the apple is still red, right? So how is it possible?
It depends. It depends on what wavelengths you're seeing that's hitting it. You know, if you're getting a full spectrum, yeah. But if you're not,
true. That's a great point.
If it's not being hit with the right spectrum, I could do an experiment right now. I have some red paintings on the wall, and I have these LED lights. You can't see the way the camera is, but I got LED lights running around the whole place. And depending on what light I turn it to, the lips will be red, or they'll be brown, or they'll be black. You know, it's not technically the red that I see, but when there's a full spectrum of wavelengths, then yeah, they look red to me.
Right. So, and I think what he was probably mostly getting at was like the molecules aren't going to change, you know, like the atomic structure that is creating the illusion of a red light.
Right.
That's not going to change. So why does it change when you look just at very tiny things? And so that's when we start getting into the quantum entanglement realm, where there's this energy loss when you observe things, right? So, because you can't know exactly what something is when you observe it. However, if you create a quantumly entangled pair and you observe one of them, you can know exactly what that other particle is. Without directly observing it, you can know exactly what it is. Which is because so they have some way, the testing methods that they use, I think it's kind of like a blanket viewing, or I don't know exactly how they do it. And that's why they got the fucking Nobel Prize, is because their experiments have proved this. Yeah. And I don't know enough to explain exactly how they got the Nobel fucking Prize. But what the experiment proved was that if you look at both of these particles at the same time under the same exact scenario and you influence one of them, the other one reacts in kind to that over distance faster than any photon that would influence it otherwise would, right? So it's like, if you have a sensor here and a sensor here, and you have an entangled particle here in front of this sensor and the other entangled particle in front of that sensor, and you shine a light at the particle 1 in front of sensor 1, sensor 2 picks up the change. You know what I mean?
Before light would get there.
Before light would get there. So it's fucking insane. So what that means is that if we set up a relay station full of entangled particles at the end of the solar system, and we start shining lights and doing Morse code on particles on our end, they're going to get it at the end of the solar system before light could get there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, this is going to set us up to become an interplanetary civilization, at least, if not interstellar. And if there's some way to detect entangled particles,
we could be
capture them.
We could be getting messages right now.
That's what I mean. Maybe they're sending out entangled particles, which are like,
they don't even use light. They don't even use light. They use this stuff because it's quicker.
This stuff, they use spin. And that's what I'm waiting. Like, dude, I need to start doing more research again, bro. It's been like 10 years since I've done hardcore physics research at all. Like, I keep up, you know what I mean? I keep up with the news. But this seems like a whole field, like, to just learn about. Like, whatever property connects entangled particles, if you can learn how to use that and exploit that, or to just do anything with it, you'll be the next trillionaire. You know, you'll be the first sextillionaire. You know, I don't know. So,
or you free mankind and everyone, we become energy wealthy and we don't have all the energy problems that we do today.
I was just going to say, you free them from the shackles of energy dependence.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, bro. And you said it right before that. That was perfect.
So
yeah. Oh, that's where I wrote it right here. Holographic reality.
One other way that I've heard that, it's not necessarily that, like, we're over here, like everything that makes us is over here and it's being projected like a projector, but in the reality, whatever fabric of reality is in space-time holds all the information that can be happening, and through whatever means it has, then arises the you.
It's the same concept of our shadow being two-dimensional. Our three-dimensional body is a projection of a four-dimensional being somewhere else. You know, we're just a shadow of a four-dimensional being, and maybe they're the shadow of a five-dimensional being.
So
it's like,
does that make our, like, consciousness, is time 4D or is consciousness 4D?
Consciousness would be like that, like time aspect. Like, obviously it's like front, back, left, right, up, down, 3D.
So is consciousness time?
that's our perception of it. Yes, I would think so. 100%. If you were to ask me, I would say, yeah. I would say the same, or that is at least the three-dimensional equivalent of time is consciousness, because that's the three dimensions have brought us this physical brain that is three-dimensional, but it perceives time, that fourth dimension. So I would definitely say that, yeah, for sure. It's connected, bro. We wouldn't have the ability to perceive time if we weren't three-dimensional already.
So when you put it that way, does the lower dimension determine the higher dimension, or does the higher dimension determine the lower dimension?
That's a great question, man.
To have the consciousness, do we need the brain? Do we need the 3D, and then that influences the 4D, or does the 4D consciousness influence the lower realm, which assembles the molecules to assume the brain and physical reality that we have the radio to connect to?
Maybe the lower realm is like that 2D consciousness is like our instincts. It's like, we're not doing it. That's our lower dimensional self, but we get it. We feel it as an instinct. So we do it. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Interesting.
I like that.
You can argue either way.
I think they're both valid. I like what you were saying, though. That makes sense, But that's what opens up these conversations, is like the ultimate nature of reality is not real. You know what I mean? Like, reality is not real is what this shit means. Like, the big picture shit is that reality isn't real. And so that means, literally, what that means is that anything is possible. Right? So, like, dying and going to another realm is possible. If we're entangled, if our consciousness is entangled with other particles somewhere, boom, we're there. We're done. We're ethereal. We're ascendant. If our consciousness particles that make up our brain three-dimensionally are entangled, boom, we're there. We're in heaven. That's what heaven is.
Well, have you heard of, I think we may have talked about it before, but quantum immortality? Have you heard of that? I don't know.
Refresh my memory.
Okay, so quantum immortality, if you're talking about entangled particles, right? Basically, the idea of quantum immortality is that there's multiple timelines, right? And then there's branching off of those timelines where things go different ways. But it basically states is that you can't die an unexpected death. You continue to live. So say you got in a car accident, right? That actually happened. In one reality, you died. But in quantum immortality, there was a branching of that timeline, and there's a timeline where you survived that accident. So consciously, you always stay alive.
That lady hit me head on.
Right. Your consciousness always stays alive. And it's called quantum immortality. It never dies.
Fucking sick.
Because whatever event that causes that death is actually like a fracturing in the timeline where you die, but you don't ever experience that. You stay like, conscious. You stay alive, alert, whatever.
That's fucking sick. And then you get reincarnated.
Yeah.
That's fire, bro.
When it actually is the end of your timeline, then yeah, you either like you ascend to, or you go to a different realm, ethereal realm. You go to heaven, you go to hell, you go to like wherever you go.
It's what I would think, honestly, if I had if I was pressed, like gun to my head, like what do I think reality is? Like, I think when you die, you decide for yourself. Like, you have true conviction over yourself. Like, if you think you were a shitty person, you're gonna go to hell.
Yeah.
If you think you were a great person, you're gonna go to heaven. And like, you are going to.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I get that feeling too. That I totally understand that. And
Like-
if you feel like you deserve where you're going to go, that's where you're going to be headed.
Exactly. And if it's not a neurological phenomenon that results in that, like eventuality after death, then it could be that these entangled particles. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, who's to say that the little electrons, the little neurons firing around in your brain that create that illusion of life after death or whatever it is, you know, heaven and hell, whatever, people come back after they're dead and they're like, oh God, I went to hell, it was on fire. Oh, I went to heaven, there was the pearly gates or whatever. Like, whatever the definition of heaven and hell is at the end of life, who's to say if that's just your brain's chemistry working or if it's the actual physics of the particles in your brain connecting to something else? You don't know. You know, like, who's to say it's all internal, or if part of it's external, or if it's both, or if it's like a combination of the two, like internal chemistry and external physics to some other shit. You don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
can I take a pause right there and digest that?
Yeah, and take a piss.
I can't, dude. Yeah, I'm so bad right now, man. I'll be right back. I'll be
Play
right
that
back.
emergency meeting. Bro, did we just come back at the same time? We just got back at the same time. I saw you walk into frame just as I walked into frame.
Oh, yeah, that's better, dude. I feel so much better. Dude, my brain was about to explode, and now it's about to explode out the other way too, dude.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
Well,
dude. Reality is weird, and like consciousness is weird. There's so many different forms of consciousness. 99% of the time, you're in a conscious waking state, like we are right now, where we're not influenced by anything, but through different methods, you can alter your consciousness, you know, through drugs, psychedelics, through breathing techniques, through
So
physical. things,
I would make
fasting,
one change to what you said. I agree totally, but I would make one change to what you said. When we're in a waking consciousness state, we are still affected by unconscious things like instinct, like I was talking about earlier, like, like little, like things that were programmed into us by nature. Like we're totally conscious walking through nature. You hear one thing, boom, you're influenced by a sound that you hear, and it changes your whole biochemistry in a split second. Endorphins get released. You start getting shot full of adrenaline. You start releasing pheromones. It's like that conscious state affects our physiology as well, very much so.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
But other than that, the waking consciousness and the unconscious, it's like, where is the line? It's hard to tell where the line is.
Yeah, I would say those ones that you described are, I guess people would call it like the reptilian brain, or your
prefrontal,
like your fight or flight, and like your not necessarily fight or flight, but like you said, like pheromones and stuff. It's more base mammalian, base animal influences over your consciousness. But it's interesting that from what our waking state is right now, through different means and methods, we can increase our consciousness and into like a higher state, higher vibrational state or frequency, different frequency, and tune into different things,
which results in more or less or different awareness.
Right.
Awareness levels are incredible. Like being present in the moment is number one, right? So that's level 1 awareness, right? So, because a lot of times we're going through our lives just like yada yada, blah blah blah, and we're never in the present moment. We're off thinking about something else. We're doing this or that, and we're like doing something else on the side, like multitasking, right? Everyone's always multitasking. So level 1 on that is being in the present moment. Like that's level 1 awareness, is present moment awareness. Level 2 would be like present moment awareness, as well as thinking about potential like future outcomes attached to that moment, right? Attached to that specific moment, which is constantly changing with the moment. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you're in like a bear attack, or if you're in war, or if you're in like,
or just driving a
car. Exactly. Like that sort of thing is level 2 awareness. Level 3 awareness would be taking both of those first 2 things into consideration, but also thinking about alternate things that may not happen or probably won't happen, but still could result from, your current situation. And that's what a lot of drugs and psychedelics and and amazing things for the brain do, is they let you be present in the moment, think logically, and then think illogically after you've already thought logically, which is awesome. It's like, because just being illogical, that's what happens when you get drunk. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need like special psychedelic influences to do that. You just go get a beer and then you start thinking like an idiot.
They say alcohol is a downer. It lowers your vibration. And
well, uppers and downers really aren't even on the same level when we're talking about psychedelics, right? We're talking about like brain. Well, they're on the same level in terms of brain chemistry.
Or is it depressant? Another term for
alcohol,
like alcohol and substances of that like.
Right. Depressants and stimulants. Those are the 2 in terms of that. But then you also just have that third category of psychedelics, which do things that we haven't been able to study because the government has said they're illegal. So we haven't gotten to study them yet. Yeah. So we're still waiting to learn exactly what that third category is. And there's probably not a third category. There's probably a 4th, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th category for all of these special mind states that we go into.
We were talking about a little bit earlier how like what is the 4D? Is it time? Is it consciousness? It just reminded me of that dream episode we did when I was under the influence of mushrooms, and I met my Atlantean grandmother, and it's felt like that was like really her, and she was able to communicate to me through consciousness, which was also time connected, right? Because she's from a different time, but it was through a higher consciousness that she was able, or we were both able to communicate with each other.
That's where we were talking about like the genetic memory.
Or what if that's a real thing? What if like it's like an actual conscious state where you can time travel, or
that's what I mean, bro.
or
Entangled particles.
remote view.
You're telling me that the particle, a particle from me, that little fucking semen sperm that fucking creates another human. You're telling me that that same particle that was created out of my body, created, right, through the division of cells in my body, is not somehow entangled eventually to whatever that creature becomes that I just created with that sperm insemination. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so
yeah,
if there's
100%
if there's any sort of entanglement or like genetic memory or thought transfer or awareness, it's like I haven't had that yet, where it's like I flash to my great grandkids and can tell them something. I haven't had that yet, but there's not any reason to doubt the potential chance for like what I'm experiencing now to somehow be transferred down the line through entanglement, to another consciousness, to another being, to another thing that's conscious, especially one that I fucking created. If it's my kid or if it's my great grandchild or whatever.
Yeah, I think there's been studies done upon things like that when it comes to environmental stimuli of like, I don't know if they did it on like rats or whatever, but environmental stimuli to stimulate certain genes that get expressed in future generations of that initial father or mother,
I think I did. I think I might have brought this up once before, the grandfather gene. So it's like they did studies on like people that went through the Great Depression. Like they didn't get food. They didn't get water. They had to work real hard. Like it was like bad times. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like the people that actually experienced that part of the Depression, their offspring were like more often than not much hardier. Like they would survive longer than say like, the affluent households or something like that. Or I don't know what they compared it to, but it was basically saying like, make strong people,
Yeah.
And like the strong people, they have those offspring that are, well, that is the,
well, it's like that quote, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times, and then the cycle repeats. And it's like really is a genetic thing. That. I mean, you see it happen in the studies that they've been doing with the male population and testosterone levels. Supposedly we have like 50% less testosterone on average across the board for the population for males than our grandfathers did at the same age.
You want to know why? I'll tell you. Well, I'll give you one reason why, and I'll bet you.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why. There's a lot of environmental and dietary reasons.
Is that we are a generation, me and you, raised by women.
That could be one of them.
A lot of the men go to work meant that men weren't at home. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's a big thing, bro. Like my dad worked fucking overtime my whole life. Like I was raised by my mom. Like my dad came home on weekends. He'd come home, beat my ass if I was being bad, and then go to work. You know what I mean? It's like I was raised by my mom.
Yeah.
My dad would come home, be the enforcer, and then like rest of the week I'm with my mom.
So there wasn't
And
a lot
then-
of masculine influence. Or
I mean,
and
there
not-
was when he was there for sure, like total masculine influence. And that's why I attribute my soccer team to a lot of my development. Like I had very good figures, like male
Right.
figures through soccer, you know? But I didn't have that at home. Like it was just my mom.
yeah, it's
My dad
different
was
in the
always working.
it's different in the past if you're living like say on a farm or in like a tribal community where you're actually out there working with your father
Side by
in the
side.
field, side by side. No, definitely that definitely is an influence, and we have been living in good times relatively compared to the past. Everything is easier and easier. If you're hungry now, you just need to go on an app and someone will deliver it right to your door. You barely have to
Unless-
get up, walk 10 feet from the couch to get your food.
Unless
Well,
you're
I've
off grid in Montana. I haven't had food delivery, bro. I was thinking about that the other day, bro. I wish I could have food delivered.
Well,
bro.
that's why Montana men are stronger
That's right.
and they're more manly. You think about a Montana man and like what they're portrayed as in society, they're like grizzled, like hard men.
They
You
got
know what
the
I mean?
beard, long hair,
Like,
bro. We mountain men, baby.
They're outdoorsmen, they're mountain men, yeah. But then you think about like these big city people, these soy boys. They're living in good times. Everything's at their fingertips. There's lifestyle choices like that, living in good times, and then there's also like dietary things that we eat now and that are in our food that
Very true.
wasn't in our food back in the day. Everything back in the day was more basic, based off animal products.
There wasn't anything you were eating over 10 ingredients.
Now today, you look on the back of a Pop-Tart box, there's like 100 ingredients in a Pop-Tart. Like all the processed foods that don't go bad is because they're all artificial. It'll say artificial coloring, artificial flavoring.
Which means no nutritional value to our system.
And detrimental to your system too. You're not actually supposed to be eating that stuff. Like a diet soda, like aspartame. There's been studies on aspartame that show it actually deteriorates your blood-brain barrier, and like so toxins and heavy metals can get into your brain, and these artificial sweeteners mess up your gut biome and kill the good bacteria in your stomach. But they're not real foods. Like 0 calories, you're drinking something that's sweet like that and you're not getting 0 calories. 0 calories because it's fucking killing you is what it's doing.
0 calories because it's all fucking plastic and you can't burn the calories in your body.
Stuff, artificial sweeteners like that. And then processed seed oils. I don't know. Did I send you that documentary? That was like 30-minute video about the seed oils.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, I gotta send it to you. But it's just it talks about processed seed oils. It shows you like how they're made and the process that they go through, and they're actually really, really bad for you, and they create huge amounts of inflammation in your body.
So seed oils being different than like nut oils.
Because
like olive oil.
Well, the ones that specifically, not olive oil. Olive oil is like usually a lot of times it's cold pressed.
But like if you're making like fructose corn syrup, like corn oil or whatever,
like
ethanol.
Yeah, the ones that are most common would be like cottonseed oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. Then there's like generic terms like vegetable oil, where it's
all seed oil.
It's a mixture of all these things. And then soybean oil, which has estrogen mimickers in it. And but there's this oxidation process that happens. And it creates this stuff called linoleic acid in the oil, and it's like really, really bad for you. I can't go all the way deep into it, but I'll send you the documentary, but they're really bad for you. And basically these cooking oils for processed foods have taken over from like in the past, we used to use animal products like lard or um, beef tallow for the fats in foods that we would, bake or cook or whatever. Now we're using these oils, which you could run a diesel like a legit basic diesel engine. These army trucks, you can run these trucks off these cooking oils. You put like
You can run these trucks off the cooking oils. Let me give one shout out real quick to fucking Yodi Land, Yodi Gang, going to Blinkerton City. Fulcrum, come in. Yo, yeet, Yodi Gang, going.
Does he work on these trucks or something?
No, he doesn't. But he is a Blinkerton. He is a citizen of Yodi Land, and we respect Fulcrum. Come in, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, let's go, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna clip that. Clip it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, whatever fucking minute marker we're at, we're hashtagging Yodi Land, Yodi Gang. He's blowing up on TikTok right now, and he's just all about taking blinkers.
What's a blinker?
Blinker City.
Okay.
That's a blinker. Blinkerton.
Well,
he goes to Home Depot. He goes to Lowe's. He goes to like Ross. He'll just take Blinkertons. He'll ask people if they want to get high in the store, and he's just a legend.
Okay.
Shouts out to Fulcrum, Yodi Gang.
Yeah, Yodi Gang.
Yeah, Fulcrum, come in. Yeah, Yodi Gang. Yodi Gang.
There's a lot of shit like this, like lifestyle choices, influences in the family, dietary things that are lowering the male testosterone levels like over the entire population because it permeates so far throughout our society. And
demasculinization.
It just goes with that quote and the genetics, really. You know, it affects us on a genetic level.
Well, so I'm kind of saying like, so actually, now that I think about it, what I was saying is kind of the opposite of that a little bit. It's saying that like, or actually, no, it's not the opposite of that. It's not the opposite of that at all. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
Like the sentiment that I was talking about with like the grandfather gene, like people that went through hard times, passing on better genetics, basically, right?
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those men made those times better. So basically, it's kind of a more sad vision of the world. So yeah, it's where.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say where it's like if it's hard ass times, we're always gonna have better offspring because only the strong survive.
Right. And it's not the strong surviving doesn't necessarily mean that they make society better, but
true.
It definitely can influence it,
It for sure can, for sure. But yeah, that was
and I'm starting to see a lot of parallels in this like in the world and in different countries. So right now we're having this war in Europe, right? It's Russia, Ukraine. And here in America, we have this idea of the men that live in those areas, those cold areas, as kind of like hardened men, they lived through the Soviet regime, they lived through the downfall of the Soviet Union. They drink vodkas, they shoot AK-47s. They lived through hard times, their fathers, and then the ones growing up during that time period that are living today. And we think of them as hard men, or at least that's the idea that, that I've seen.
I think that's what most people have. Yep.
But then here in America, where we haven't really had those hard times as a society, men are kind of going the opposite way. There's definitely influences in society that are trying to push men like in a more masculine, positive masculine way. You know, there's certain people um, like voicing their opinions and like trying to teach young people. But we also have like a lot of people, a lot of men going the opposite way. I would say the way that I see men in America versus men from like Russia and Ukraine are pretty different, you know,
So I
at
think
least young men, I would say.
no, so I think what that boils down to is and this is going to differ literally not even from country to country, but from state to state, is the family unit, right? So it's not men in America, it's men being raised in different ways in different areas. So like if you have a man being raised in San Francisco is going to be being raised different than a man in Washington, is going to be being raised different than a man in Montana, going to be different than being raised than a man in North Dakota, which is right there, but is going to be different than someone in Tennessee, than someone in New York, than someone in like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the family dynamic is what ultimately decides how a man or a woman is raised. Like it's the family dynamic that is currently going on. And family dynamics are decided by more than one person. So it's not just a singular idea or a singular like brain rot, you know, that's going on. It's a cultural decision.
It's a family, yeah.
It's a decision, but it's even bigger than just that family. It's like that family makes decisions based on their parents, like both of their parents, and like their neighbors,
their neighbors,
and like what their
friends.
neighbors think.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like if you're raising your kids one way and your neighbors are raising their kids a different way and they're friends and they're playing out in their front yard, you're gonna have to fucking figure that out, you know? So it's like there's a lot of crazy shit in suburbia, which is where a lot of people live. That's where the majority of the population lives now, is in some sort of suburban area. It's no longer a rural urban divide. Suburbia rules reign supreme. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So suburbia is this confluence of like urban ideals and city ideals clashing together and being like, how do I raise a kid? Do I want them hunting on the weekends, or do I want them volunteering and working at a nonprofit to try to get their resume up? You know, it's like, do I want to build them up as a person individually, or do I want to build up their appearance? You know, so it's like there's a lot of differences in like how family units are raising males and females. And that is not decided by an organization. It's not decided. Well, it kind of is decided by the church. So if you're a member of the church, you're going to raise your kids a certain way, and that's guaranteed. But other than that, there's really no guarantee on how you're going to raise your kids. And that's where it's kind of started to break down. You know, it's like male kids searching for answers that weren't given to them by their parents because they didn't know they needed those answers. You know, it's like, why am I not able to buy a house at 25 years old? When you bought a house at 25 years old, why the fuck can't I buy a house?
When it was
like
paid off by the time they were 25.
Paid off. So it's like, so that frustration comes out in a certain way. It's like, so why didn't you tell me how you did it? And why can't I do it the same way as you? And that comes out in a lot of different ways, in masculine rage, feminine rage, and just sort of like younger angst in general, younger angst. Like young people are just pissed off in general because we can't do what the older generation did at our same age because the system is not set up to support that. So it's like, you can't address the issue with masculinity before you address the issue with what made people a man. Like, I'm a man if I own a house and I support my family. I can't fucking own a house and support my family and be a man if it costs $750,000 to buy a house. I can't do that.
And food prices are the way they are now, and gas prices, and have everything. So you can't have all the same stuff now.
So the basics of what that was based on in the past have changed completely. So it's like, you're a man if you can provide and do the house. Every house, bro, if you're going to be an actual viable household today, you need dual income. The woman needs to work too. The man cannot just support the woman. Literally, bro, if you're paying off a mortgage that's $4,000 a month, a mortgage, not rent, a mortgage, that's $4,000 a month, you need dual income. And it's like, a man can't work down at the sawmill and support. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the society we're living in now. So you need to escape the matrix, right? You need to find new money-making techniques in this new age. Right now, it's the easiest way to make money in the history of mankind, but you can't do it the same way that your parents did it. So we teach you 18 new age money-making techniques in Hustlers University. Okay. You can join Hustlers University for $49 a month. Hit the link below. And starting in November, phase 2, Hustlers University 3.0, therealworld.ai. Go there and sign up. Subscription. When it launches, it's going to be $149 a month. But you should go to the link now, reserve your spot in the university for only $19. And that will give you a discounted membership, lifetime membership for only $49 a month to The Real World. That's the Real World, baby. We're breaking free of the matrix.
I fucking love it. Let's fucking go, baby.
I'm gonna have a link. I'm gonna have an affiliate link. You know, I got my spot.
Are we gonna get a basics affiliate link or just a Jordan Weber, Powerful Weber affiliate?
You could use my affiliate link to get that discount.
Okay, we'll just use Jordan Web. We'll use the Powerful Web affiliate. That's fire, bro. I respect it. The hustle is real. If you know how to beat the system, then you know how to beat the system. You know?
I was working last night. I'm trying to get a drop shipping store set up, just hopefully as a e-commerce side hustle and make a little bit extra dough on the side. Hopefully, dude, I can get some sales and get some marketing going for it.
Please start drop shipping mouse traps, bro. I need mouse traps.
Mouse traps. I think my store so far, all the products that I've looked into have been survival, camping, tactical stuff, because with all these,
that's your brand.
Also with all this war stuff going on, hopefully I can do some ads that scare people into buying my products. Or they might actually need it, you know, if shit hits the fan, they might actually.
I was gonna say,
better be prepared.
Scenarios that they actually need it.
So, you got to educate people about what's happening, and then sell them the product that'll save them.
Yeah, you saw they blew up that Crimean bridge.
Yep, it's getting real,
bro. I was talking to my neighbor. She thinks Sad Vlad is gonna hit us with the nuke, bro.
I heard there's some famous Brazilian psychic that came out yesterday talking about how he envisioned in his psychic journey that there's going to be an event that hits the United States, and it's bigger than 9/11. He's like the 21st century Nostradamus. That's his nickname.
God damn it.
Can I take a break right now real quick and be right back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can come up. Yeah.
Gonna bring the feeling, Mr. Producer, to the
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Is there a difference if I yell or if I just talk normal?
You could do both.
If I talk normal, can you hear me like this?
Yeah, but yelling's better.
Yelling is better.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. I'm fine with yelling. But what, like you said, like the big thing about men in America today is that they were raised mostly by women in the 90s to the 2000s, especially
You said
our
that.
age range.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, the reason that there's an emasculation issue is that the men who glorified work, right? Because we were told to glorify work through the baby boomer era. Like, you're not a man if you're not at work.
Mm-hmm.
That meant that they missed out on teaching their kids how to be men because they were always working. Unless you were part of a farm family or like, you know, some other exception like you talked about earlier. Because you are there presently in your kid's life. But if you're just like working to work and make money and be a man because you're working and making money, you're going to miss out on passing off any masculine traits that you have to your kids. And if your wife is the one raising your kids, if you're being raised by a woman, you're going to have more feminine traits. That's just the fucking way it goes, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or in public school, if you're sending your kids to public school, they're there 8+ hours a day.
And all the teachers are women.
That, and they're teaching your kids what they want to teach your kids, you know, what the state has decided is appropriate for your kids to learn, you know, not necessarily what aligns with your family values as the head of the household or the woman of the household.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I mean, I understand that. However, teaching values, I mean, there is definitely a certain amount of like programming that goes on in schools, but like I learned my values from my parents. Like I didn't learn any values from school. You know, ever since I went to school, I always fucking like didn't want to be there. That's the only value I ever learned from school is that I didn't want to go. And like all of my personal values always came from home. I went to a public school my whole life. I understand what you're saying about like the indoctrination that comes through with the public schools, but at the same time, I mean, bro, you went to, what was your public school like 1 through? Or you went all public school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. So, but you just did it in Granite Bay and I did it in Roseville.
Yeah.
So, oh shit, should I not expose us? Did I just dox us?
No, I live in Belize now.
Oh, Belize, yeah, and I live in Montana, so it doesn't matter. But that meant, do you actually feel like you got some like programming from that?
I definitely had teachers that like
Dude,
tried to impose their values on the students they were teaching. But I'm saying like all I'm saying is like there's a lot of like when you're young, you're impressionable, and like you're saying, there's a lot of mostly like I'd say like 90% women teachers.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is that there's things that we're also taught in the past that we aren't taught now because there's a standard curriculum of teaching, even though it might not be useful
mandated by the state
and might not be useful or applicable to actual real life, the real world. You know, they don't even teach us how to do taxes, you know?
Oh, true. But a very interesting thing that you did mention right there. So, because I work with a lot of people that grew up in Montana and their knowledge of Lewis and Clark is insane. Like they were taught about Lewis and Clark from day one in schools. Like we covered it like a brief little mention in like maybe sixth grade, like American history or something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or like whatever. But like they know about every member of the expedition in Montana. They teach that in schools in Montana. Like the members of the expedition that came west, that came up the Missouri, that moved through Montana, that did the things that they did. Like they teach that in school. Like survival of a pioneering expedition and how they did it. And they talk about building log cabins in school, and they talk about moving and being like one with the land in school. And like they talk about all this, like they cover it all. In California schools, we briefly touch on that, and then we go to like the Egyptians, and then we go to the ancient Romans, and then we go, but like, you know, they don't cover all that shit out here. You know what I mean? They don't. So it's different. Like California public schools, they're going to cover a larger swath of information. Out here, they're going to cover a very specific type of information, very detailed. And so like a lot of people that come out of these states, like that have very hardcore history and that are like awesome, like Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, like all these places that have, you know, natural resources that people are in tune with, the public school system still turns out those types of people. It's just different. It's like, so because obviously all the Montanan politicians that decide what goes on in the public schools, they decide that. The politicians in California that decide what goes into the public schools decide that, because that's up to the states. Education is up to the states. There are certain federal mandates, but those aren't very strict, you know? So it's mostly left up to the states. I appreciate the California education just covering a lot of shit. I appreciate that, because that's kind of like, I'm ADD. I would much rather do that than study Lewis and Clark for 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Personally. But like, yeah, they didn't talk about ancient Egyptians or like the Jewish slave trade. Like we got all that shit at Buljan Elementary School. You know what I mean? And I can guarantee you that none of the middle school, high schools out here are covering anything but Montana history. It's Montana history, which is awesome. I fucking love that shit. So, make America Montana.
I agree with that. That sounds great.
Make America Montana, baby. I was at the fucking rodeo last month. Did I tell you about that? Did I talk about it on the podcast?
I don't know.
I went to the rodeo, bro, and it was like the national qualifier before they went to Vegas. And dude, it's like this has been happening for 60, 70 years. Like rodeos are as old as America. And being a part of that today, it was like, I didn't take any drugs, bro. I went there, I had like 2 beers. And I hit the Blinkerton. I went to Yodi Land. But I just had like 2 beers, went to Yodi Land, and then watched the rodeo, and I felt like I was 80 years in the past. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, the Folsom one has been going since like the 50s, I think.
that's what I mean.
Like a long ass time.
That's what I mean. And like, imagine how long motherfuckers been doing that shit, like just for fun. Like getting drunk on a weekend. That's man shit right there. That is man shit. If you want to talk about man shit, you get drunk with your boys on the weekend and you're like, let me go fucking ride this wild fucking buffalo or bison or horse or fucking like whatever. You know what I mean?
And that's why our grandfathers had 50% more testosterone than guys these days.
50%?
50% more, yeah. On average across the population.
Damn.
At the same, if you, it takes like at the same age, like say 30 years old, generation, like your grandfather's generation had 50% more testosterone than 30-year-olds today at the same age.
Are you shitting me?
That's what the studies are showing, dude. And that's what they're saying.
Why? What is the reason?
We just went over all of them, like all the different reasons. like lifestyle choices, like society, dietary, like all the external poisons that were. Plastics are a big one, dude. As you drink out of that plastic cup.
No, this is a PBV approved.
Yeah, well, it's They say it's
Just
better
kidding.
than
I know.
they say it's better than BPA, but really it's just like one molecule off and kind of actually the same shit, you know.
Probably.
But yeah, dude, my grandpa, he had a fat beard, like thick, like just like this big, like
Really?
just giant beard. Yeah. My
Your
dad's
German
dad.
side? Is that German side or Filipino grandpa?
I never met my Filipino grandpa, but
German grandpa had a big beard?
he had a big thick beard. He never had it like when he was working. He would always be clean shaven, and then he had a stroke and he kind of just let his beard grow once he stopped working, but big and thick. And then there's my dad who can grow a beard, not as thick as my grandpa's, but he could grow a beard. It's not patchy at all. Then there's me that is like super patchy, not that thick. I try my best.
Bro,
then,
you
then
gotta
there's my
keep
then there's my
growing
brother
it.
who like grows like zero facial hair pretty much.
Really?
He's got all the Filipino genes, dude.
He's got no mustache?
He barely. It's like a thin, like Filipino mustache, like like one of those thin ones. You know what I'm talking about? Like an Asian
He's got
mustache.
the French, the wee wee.
It looks cool when he grows it out, but that's what I'm saying is like me compared to my grandpa, like not even close, dude. Like his beard is so thick and full, and I know that's not like necessarily the best indicator for testosterone, but
It's a
he was even when he was an old
terrible
guy,
indicator.
but even as like an older gentleman,
No, because
whenever I would give him a handshake, he never worked out or did anything like that. But he naturally had the grip strength of a fucking iron vice and would just crush my hand every time.
oh yeah.
And it is,
Dude,
yeah,
bro, one of the most embarrassing moments of my entire life was shaking hands with a coworker's girlfriend, right? Just like meeting her. And I was like shook her hand. She's like, that was a really weak handshake.
in
Like,
Montana
oh my
there.
God. What the fuck, bro? Like I just got roasted so hard. And like, I mean, I don't know. I don't always go in 100%. Do you always go in 100% handshake?
If it's a guy, yeah.
Okay.
If it's if it's a girl, I'm not trying to crush a hand by.
That's what I mean.
You know,
I'm not even trying to do anything like aggressive at all.
It's firm though. Like
dainty.
it's firm though. It's a firm handshake. You know.
Yeah, maybe I fucked up. I don't know, bro. Montana girls are different, bro. They want they want to get like, they want to feel the man shake, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
That's what I mean. It's different out here, bro. It's different. But, yeah. Manhood in America has changed drastically. I would say not a lot of it has to do with like genetics or anything. Like, because you have very manly men that can grow a big ass beard and have a lot of testosterone, being raised by a hotel waitress that works herself 9 to 5, and she's there sometimes, and like, you know, like it's like there's no fucking way to quantify it anymore. You know, we used to have like these nice little blocks and segments of society that we could study, like say, oh, the middle class does this, the upper class does this, the lower class does. It's like, bro, everything is so fucking blended now. It's like you can't even do a study on anything anymore because everything is blended. It's like you got people that were rich that are now poor. You got poor people that are now rich. You got a lot of people that should be able to make money that can't. And you got like, there's no control group anymore. You know, there's no like standard American. You know, you're going to fall into one of the camps. Like, did you see the TikTok where the guy was like, boomers in America control like $17 trillion, something like that? Did you see that?
No.
Okay. He was like, the largest wealth transfer in history is about to happen between when boomers pass their next level, their like next generation, the wealth. Like millennials in general, their parents who are boomers own as a segment of the population. I think they're less than 1% of the population of the world.
Boomers?
But what?
Boomers?
Boomers. American
Okay.
boomers.
Okay.
American boomers. Not boomers everywhere, but American boomers.
Right.
Are less than 1% of the global population. But they control, I think it was like 65% of the wealth in the world.
That's insane.
It's unheard of. Like that level of wealth, solidarity, and accumulation is unheard of. And what's about to happen in the next 20 to 30 years is that money is going to start trickling down to millennials. So it'll start to be distributed, right? Naturally, like through the passing of like age and time and all of that, and like accrued wealth, which a lot of the wealth here is in property, and there's assets and all that stuff too. But which that's a whole nother ball game, is that like land in America is just valued so much more than land everywhere else. So like people that own land here are valued higher than other places. But I would start
in America. America is one of the only countries where you can be a citizen from anywhere else in the world and buy land here. Other countries have laws that if you're not a citizen, you can't buy land here.
Bro,
you can live there, you can rent and all that, but you can't. They won't allow you. So basically, there is a population pool that can buy land in America, which is essentially the entire population of the planet Earth, versus like say the Philippines, however many people are in the Philippines, like what, 70 million? I have no clue.
It's pure capitalism. The market is bigger.
Exactly. In America, where you can't do that in other countries, which I kind of like that idea. It's kind of fucking us over, honestly, where
bro.
Like I like that. I like the idea that only citizens can buy in America, because China and Chinese people are one of the largest new buyers of farmland in America. Saudi Arabia is starting to own a shit ton of oil land in America and oil refineries in America. And it fucks over the population here. They're fucking gentrifying America globally. They're globally gentrifying America.
Fuck, they are, dude.
And it's fucking up the people that are here and are citizens here.
That's true. That's true as fuck. Shit, man. I don't fucking even know if I can say anything else about that, because that's fucking crazy. That is true. That is true.
But you're a landowner. That's cool.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like, what? I got internet, but it cuts out half the time when I try to do a podcast. So it's like,
hey, only when you're using Bluetooth.
Is it fine now? It's been fine, right?
It's been 100% fine. It's been perfect.
Okay, so I'm never going to do that. I'm just going off the speaker now.
It sounds better too. The microphone on your phone is actually better.
That is fucked up. These ones, I did dunk them in ketchup accidentally. Like these were like this, and they got dunked in ketchup. It was a total accident.
I couldn't hear you at all.
Okay, good.
You want to read some chats?
Oh, we got chats?
We got a shit ton of chats. Yeah, I haven't been reading them.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Let me pull them up on my phone so I don't have to lean over there. Okay. Nate's from North Dakota, and he says, small town girls are different.
Yes, sir.
That was the most recent chat. Io Walks was the first one in the chat today. Shout out to Io Walks. He said, you pass recognizable geometry relatively fast, considering looking back, it all happened in a flash.
True.
And he said, pimp share for real. And Rich is in the chat. Rich says, yo, how about all the rich buying up all these underground bunkers?
Oh yeah,
Dude, there's been a lot of bunker talk lately. A lot
bro.
of bunker
You sent me the
talk.
bunker. Why did we not buy that bunker?
How much was that bunker?
I was like 400,000.
That's why. I
What do you mean?
don't have that.
Yeah, but you get that loan, baby.
There's, I guess. I don't know, dude.
You liquidate the Bitcoin as a down payment, and we're good, and we're
It's not
property
even
owners.
worth anything right now.
What do you mean?
It's like not worth. If I were to liquidate it when it was at its peak, yeah, but not right now, dude. It's below 20K right now.
Oh fuck.
Rich says, Jordo, what are you staring at? I don't know. I got a big ass TV in front of me and the webcam on it. It's not a normal computer screen. Jojo was a man who thought he was a loner. I don't know what that means. Rich says, Giorgio, how's it going, brother? How's it going, Justin? It's going
Doing good, man. Yeah, chilling, getting ready for winter. About to be cold as fuck.
Iowa Walk says some people got that survival in them. I heard a story of a guy who fell off a ship and clinged to the side for 8 hours. That's a long time, dude.
8 hours?
That's why you got to practice your pull-ups so you can climb back up, dude.
I got maybe 4 hours in me. I don't know about 8.
He says Iowa raisin season. Rich says I got an easy way and very good way. What's drop shipping? Oh, I think he's talking about how to make money. He says, what's drop shipping? Drop shipping
is making money off of slave labor. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's drop shipping is e-commerce where you find wholesalers for certain products in China, in India, and other places. So yeah, kind of cheap labor. I would call it cheap labor, or or less expensive labor. And you set up your own website and you market it and do advertising and sell to people here in America, people in other countries. And it's called drop shipping because you don't actually have to hold stock yourself. I don't have to buy the product and I don't have to hold it in a warehouse here or in a room in my house. Once the order is placed through my website that I create, it goes directly to the manufacturer or the wholesaler in the other country, and they ship it from there. I'm just the middleman. I do the marketing for the product. I sell the product, and get them in contact with customers. I don't actually produce or house any product or inventory myself. And so I get a little piece of I could set they have their price to me. I have a price I set for the customer. I make a profit on,
that difference.
That difference. That's what drop shipping is. Rich sent a message redacted. Message redacted.
Redacted? That's illegal? He said something illegal?
I don't know what he said. Rich says my wife makes this THC cream that's legit the moment it touches your skin. No pain. It's better than those Norcos and painkillers, and you can function. I want to push these to major sports teams. That'd be tight. You should start with somewhere local, Sacramento FC, the Kings,
River Cats. I like that. We're talking.
Should we make Rich a moderator?
Yeah.
Rich is. Rich is
Yeah, Rich
now a
is always in the
moderator.
chat. He should definitely be a moderator.
Rich, you are now a moderator of the chat.
Fuck yeah. Oh, also, I just want to throw out on the podcast that Kyle threatened to kill me. So that's maybe why he won't be on for maybe another week or so. You know, we'll let him cool down. But he did threaten to murder me. So he's not going to be back on the podcast for at least a little bit.
Yeah, that was hella out of pocket. Iowalk says, eat booty, build immunity.
Hell yeah. That's true.
We got 5 people in the chat right now. Let's go. Let's turn up. Hit that like button.
Yo, smash that likey poo, bro. Let's get her.
Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm still trying to get to like 1,000 on, dude. I got to make a new TikTok, dude. I want to get to 1,000 and go live on TikTok because TikTok pushes live channels, you know?
Yeah, it
So
does.
we can reach a huge audience on there, and I could stream like a legit podcast, like how we're doing through Zoom. I could do it, connect Zoom to OBS, and OBS is open broadcasting software. It's free on a computer. And then from there I could stream directly to Twitch. But that would be tight.
Do it.
Well, I got to get 1,000. I got to pay for like 1,000 followers on TikTok.
No, we got to get 1,000 followers. Let's go, baby. Hey, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your cousin, tell your auntie. Subscribe to the Basics Podcast.
Oh,
Let's get it going.
Rich said he blocked me. LOL. I got a whole podcast worth of shit.
Oh, yeah?
Should we have
I'll block him too.
Yeah, I guess so. Can we get him on right now? Should we do a podcast? Get him on right now?
Yes, sir. I mean, if he can.
Rich, do you have Zoom? Hit the chat. Let me know if you have Zoom on your phone, the app.
Or we can do this next week.
He said some crazy shit to my wife. LOL. That's a live video segment in itself.
What? What'd you say?
He said some crazy shit to my wife. That's a live video segment in itself.
Yeah,
LOL.
yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck that guy. Fuck him.
That's messed up. Okay, well, we'll set up something for another time if you don't have Zoom on your phone. Oh, he says I got Zoom. Okay. Do you have an account on there? Send your email right now. Text me your email.
Yeah, add him in.
Let's see.
Yo, will he send you that shit? I'm a rock one.
Rich said, let's do it next week.
Oh, next week?
Yeah.
Are we down for next week?
I'm down. I gotta take a. Whoa, dude. I gotta throw on a Mr. Producer song, bro. I gotta.
Wait.
No.
All right.
I hope it didn't go through the mic, bro. Oh my god, that one was bad, dude.
No. Hey, bro. I think we're good. I think we unless you got some more shit, I'm good.
You said okay. Let Rich respond to this. Rich, do it next week, or do you want to hang on and do it in like 10 minutes? Do you have anything to do, or would you wait, Justin?
Me, no. But I'm like, if we got good shit, let's save it for next week. Because unless you can get on right now,
I mean, I gotta throw on the Mr. Producer song.
go for it, bud. Me too. Let's get it.
Are we
Guys
done?
are on.
Are we done?
I
Or
mean,
are we gonna wait? Let's hold on. Let's take a break real quick and come back and then say goodbye.
okay.
Okay.
Here.
Yo, you still there, Justin? Okay.
Yeah, bro, I was dancing until like 20 seconds ago.
Rich is gonna come in. I'm sending him the email right now. He's got a crazy story to tell.
Let's fucking go.
I was texting him while I was on the toilet. Okay, Rich, I just sent you an email for the Zoom link. Just open up that email and click on the link, and it opens up the app automatically, right, Justin?
Oh yeah, you click that link, it'll bring it up, and you just click it'll ask you, do you confirm if you're being recorded? And you got to confirm yes.
Okay, let's see if it works.
How is it going to show up?
It'll show up just like how you pop up.
I don't know how I pop up.
It just pops up. It says
I don't know how the fuck that works.
It says so and so connecting, and then you just pop up and start
So I'll
talking.
get a little thing over here.
Yeah, do you see my face and your face, or just my face right now?
My face is right. My face is right here.
In the corner?
And your face is the whole screen.
Okay, I don't know how yours is gonna pop up. I have on my screen, you're side by side.
Yeah, you're full screen on me, and then I'm little tiny guy over in the corner.
You said, hold on one sec.
Episode 20, special guest, legendary Rich. Let's give a little background. This guy's a legendary man. We met him in the trailer park. He would come over every night with gifts, bearing us beers, cigarettes, weed, jambalaya.
We can't hear you, Rich. Can you see him? Oh, he's connecting to audio.
Yep. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yo!
Yeah, I can hear you. We can
What
hear
up,
you
dude?
loud and clear.
Yo!
How you guys doing, man?
We've been chilling.
Good, brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. Just, chilling, doing my thing. Fucking just kind of keeping to myself, working. But basically, bro,
Same.
just trying to grind out and do my thing. But yeah, dude. So I guess long story short, my wife and I have been going through some shit, whatever. That's beside the point. But out of the blue, I had homeboy text her, because he'd been getting flour from her and shit, right? So I'm like, all right.
Who was what? He was getting flowers for your wife?
Yeah, no, he was buying weed. He was getting flour.
Oh, okay.
He was buying weed, right? So, long story short, he texted her one day out of the blue, right? And he's like, oh, hey, if you ever need a hand watching your kids, because I know, Rich is around because you need help watching the kids and getting them off to the school bus, right? And he goes, I don't mind. Yeah, he goes, I don't mind helping you. So I texted him. I'm like, look, bro. I said, you got two options, dude. I said, you want to say some crazy shit like that? I'm like, we can handle it cordially or we can handle it gangsterly, whichever way you want to go, dude. And let me know. But
yes, sir.
I'm like, dog, that's out of pocket. I'm like, that's how I met you originally, bro. You sent her some crazy shit. I think Jordan remembers me marching into the house.
I remember that. I remember that was the first time I met you. I thought you were gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, I was about ready to, bro. I'm like, come on, dude. But it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it's like, but yeah. You guys got some crazy shit, valid points, man. A lot of the shit you guys say cracks me up, dude. I've been getting entertainment out of it. It's pretty interesting. Some of the shit you guys come up with or whatnot. But how's everything for you guys other than that, though? Just doing your thing, working.
Working a lot.
Grinding a lot, bro.
Keeping to myself too.
I'm at Bel Air right now in Rockland overnights, so it's not bad. Easy money, fucking hella easy. But yeah, dude, I mean, you guys are making money. I think with this shit my wife makes, bro, I can make some bread, dude. I mean, she got a little thing going, bro. I mean, everything, edibles, the whole nine, dude. Like we have over 250 transactions like shipped throughout the United States already.
That's sick.
Bro.
How do you guys where do you guys sell it on?
Just on Facebook, dude. Like people hit me up. We have she has basically about 30 consistent customers every week that buy shit from her. Like every single week, are buying constant shit from her. And this is one of the main ingredients. I'll show you something crazy. Check this out, ready? So this right here, dog, is the main ingredient. It's 200 proof ethanol.
Ooh. 100%.
That's 200 proof ethanol.
No, wait there.
That's
how you distill it down. That's how you get it, purify it.
Well, yeah. So basically, what we do is we use that stuff, right? We use the ethanol, and then we dump it into the Tommy Chong machine right here, called the high machine, right? And you dump it into there. You dump however much you want, and you take your trimmings after you cook it down. Hold on, you take your trimmings, you stuff in here, you fill that up with it, and basically what happens is you let it sit on there 2, 4, 6, 8 hours, and it does this weird little blend thing. It blends it up, and then when you open it up, dude, you put it in this. And you strain it out of this, right?
No shit.
Pour it into there, you strain it out of that, and then you get this. This is your end result. Hold on. This is your end result. Hold on. Right there. 200 proof
Ooh, wow.
tincture. And then hold on. And then we have these right here too. Like this is just another idea. Like, look, she does these. You just buy the gummy bears and look. I mean, they've been sitting in the dehydrator.
Oh, soaking it up.
Yeah, dude. So it's like, I mean, it's got a little thing going, dude. It's crazy. I'm like, I'm surprised at how well it blew up, you know? Yeah. But
Bro,
Those
that's
look
awesome, bro.
delicious.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know. There's a whole bunch of shit. She got that, and the you know, her body creams and whatnot. That shit's crazy too, dude. Because it's like, hold on, it looks like this shit. She has. Hold on, bro. Hold on. It comes in this shit right here. Like, here's an example. This shit has DMSO in it. So right here, this ingredient, and it's basically this. It tells you it's body butter, shea butter. It's a THC infused lavender rose body butter with shea butter, coconut oil, olive oil, raw beeswax, grape seed. I can't read the rest. And then it has DMSO. DMSO is the active ingredient, icy hot, that allows the medicine to, I guess, absorb in your skin faster.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
So it's basically using like proven techniques to incorporate like the homemade quality.
Yeah, dude, put it this way. I mean, she's had people, testimonials on her Facebook. She's had people that were like 20, 30-year Vicodin users, bought this, dude, and stopped taking them completely. Like, this one lady's like, I wasn't able to run a marathon. And she goes, I bought this shit. And she goes, immediately, my knee pain went away. She goes, within minutes of rubbing it on, she goes, I was almost freaked out. No, Silas. He goes, I was almost freaked out about how fast it worked and how well it worked.
Does she have a business page?
Does she have what?
A business page on Facebook?
Not really, but like, I mean, you know, like I said, if she wants, you know, if people want shit, you know, you can always reach out to me and then I can, you know, forward everything to her. But yeah, dude, she makes good money. Her prices are cheap. Like, dude, we have all this shit bagged up. Look at all this. This is all like edibles she made, bro. Just all bagged up, ready to go. It's like $10 for fucking 30 of them. You know,
bro.
Ship them across the United States.
What
Look,
the fuck?
I got gummy bears. I got fucking cinnamon squares. I mean, dude, we got everything, bro. It's crazy.
Rich,
So I'm trying.
Rich,
What up?
I do got one question for you, bro. Like, so because like we left right before the gate went up, bro. Has it changed since the gate went up?
The park? No. I mean, other than like they changed owners, like they went from we're owned by some giant Catholic organization now or something.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
What?
So shit's a little funky now. They're bought out.
Wait, hold up, bro.
Yeah.
You know anything more about that?
Well, yeah, kind of. So basically, the owners, I guess, sold the park out to some Christian corporation. I don't know the name. What's the name of the corporation? Oh, Monte Cristo or whatever. And they own like however many parks, but 400 in California. Hold on. So
What? Really?
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, like we have that gate up, dude. We still don't have the code. It don't work. Oh, we can't get the chip from China. So it's literally sitting there, beautiful security gate, but can't use it because they can't get the chip or whatever the excuse is. But I mean, other than that, it's not bad. Come on, say hi, Silas.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Good.
Good to see you, brother. Looking good, man.
I think my wife said the catalyst for Kyle was she thinks he got evicted from his grandma's. Let's say hello.
How we doing, Denise?
Hi, Denise.
I'm kind of work, dude. I'm tired, man.
Hey, looking beautiful. It's already dark where I'm at. You guys got a beautiful sunset coming. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not bad, dude. It's not bad. But hey, let me tell you this though. But on all seriousness, if you guys are interested, I can send you guys over some samples so you guys can test your shit yourself. You know, and let me know over time because that's how ultimately I get people. I lure them in. I'll send them out of samples. You know, they'll get their shit if they want to buy it. They want to. They don't. Put it this way, bro. I'm a heavy connoisseur of flour, and I mean, dude, I hit this shit and it's crazy. Like, I also have this too, brother. If you're interested in this, hold on. Hello. I also have this.
Yeah.
Check that out. All of that bad shit right there. Homegrown blackberry kush.
Wee.
So, like, look, it's pretty fire. It looks all right.
Yes, sir.
Thing's big.
That looks great, man.
Yeah, that was, yeah, it was, I got a fucking whole stupid, dude. I got 4 turkey bags full to the brim.
Dude, the market for edibles in Montana is very large, bro. Old ladies love edibles, bro.
Well, let me tell you this right now, then. If that's in all seriousness, dude, I might be able to open up and send you out some product for you to make a little profit as well. Because put it this way: you buy it at the price margin she's selling it for, dude. You could literally flip the shit for double what it's worth. Guaranteed. Fucking teeth.
In Montana, it's taxed 30%. There's no tax in Montana except on weed. Only tax in Montana is on weed.
Oh shit! And see,
So-
what's crazy with you is you just, I mean, like I said, I mean, what? She'll sell 30 of them, 50, or it's like 30 pieces or whatever for $15. So you figure she sends you out what, 10, 20 packages, whatever you want. You flip those for 30, bro. You're making your bread. I'm making my money. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
right, baby. I'm down.
But-
Like, we could work them out. Let's not talk about it on the live air though, but let's message you on Facebook.
No, I feel it. But yeah, no, everything's cool though, man. I've been trying to just, make money. I'm tired of fucking people telling me what to do. At some point, I'm just like,
I got
ready.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said Kyle got evicted from his grandma's?
I think so.
Yeah,
Where's
wait,
it-
what?
Where's he living now?
I don't know, but that was the catalyst, I think, of him freaking out, the way that he did or whatnot. Like, with everything that was going on, he's threatening to kill you and this and that. And I just told him, I'm like, look,
Yeah, bro.
my wife sent him a long text. She goes, look, I think it's in your best interest to stay away. Because she goes, if my husband gets a hold of you, you're going to be on a milk carton. So, yeah. But basically, it is what it is. Like I said, I mean, bro, you have your ups and downs, whatever shit happens. But like, at some point, bro, you got to understand, like, you can't be saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
That's what I mean. Like, is Kyle really gonna act up like if I'm sitting there in person? I highly doubt it. You know what I mean? Like, the guy
Paid
is
on
pretty
visual
innocent.
contact.
Bro, put it this way. I mean, bro, the dude cried when he fucking punched Igor, bro. He cried. What grown man cries when you punch somebody, bro?
Bruh.
I mean, nothing personal, I mean, like I said, he's a good dude. I don't like bashing people, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, pull your head out of your ass, bro. Like, working part-time jobs, 45 jobs in 1 year, dude, you're not doing anything, bro. Like, that's not
45 jobs.
something you have. That's not something you have to offer to somebody. I understand you want to get, women, pussy, whatever, but like, bro, women are attracted to people who have a job, that have a car, that have their shit together.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
100%.
facts.
So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you learn as you get older. But it is.
Shit. Well, you would think you would learn as you get older, but I mean, the man Kyle's like, he seems like he gets older and older, but like somehow the lesson doesn't sink in.
I
And
feel
shouts
like
out to Kyle if you watching this, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, tap into us right here. Like, we got it for you, bro. Like, tap in. Like, we have knowledge. Like, we can help in the knowledge realm, but like,
I mean, a lot of it
be taking
it's
advantage
crazy.
anymore.
Like, honestly, dude, like, I mean, even listening to you guys, I mean, you guys have said some shit I didn't even know about. I didn't know about the whole flat earth shit and all that. But I didn't know any about that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I've been watching
Hell
that shit.
yeah.
It's been interesting, and informative. It's crazy, but how's Montana, dude? I'm thinking about, low key, my wife and I were looking around because I got approved for a loan, but bro, nothing out here is affordable, dog. We were looking at I was looking at Idaho, super cheap. It was like 187 fucking.
Dude, if you go northern panhandle, Idaho, you're getting beautiful scenery. You're getting mountains. You're getting lakes. You're getting land.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like close to cities too. Like northern Idaho is beautiful. Once you cross into Montana, shit is like real far away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to go 13 miles to town, closest town.
Yeah.
If I really want groceries, I got to go 20 miles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I hear you. That's what I heard. Like, so I watch a lot of so I play a lot of video games. Unfortunately, I don't really kick it with nobody. Like I said, I just kind of keep to myself, and but it was cool once in a while to get out. But I mean, it's funny too because you meet a lot of people from Canada and shit, dude, and they say the same thing. Like, this one dude was telling me, like, you almost have to have an extra tank of gas in your car because he goes, you're like
100%, bro.
100%,
dude. Always, bro. And that's why I drive the Prius out here, bro. I don't take the truck anywhere. My truck has a 300-mile range. The Prius has a 600-mile range.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
And it's like, bro,
that's way worth it.
Yeah.
Do you have to charge it at your house or no?
No. It regenerates on the battery, on the engine.
Oh, that's fucking dope, dude.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, that's fucking legit. So yeah, it uses the electric part of the time and then the motor to power. That's fucking hella dope, dude.
Anytime that I'm braking, it's recharging the battery. My brake pads, I have never had to replace the brake pads ever. The brake pads are regenerative, bro. The brake pads charge the battery.
That's crazy.
and that charges the engine, which charges the dude. It's fucking the hybrid system on the Prius. Listen, if I could say one thing in the world, buy a fucking Prius, dog. That's the best shit ever.
Honestly, dude, I'm looking into. I mean, even just that along that route, because I mean, bro, there's $6, $7, $8 a gallon, bro. It's getting outrageous, dude. I mean,
bro,
it's
What's in Montana?
It right now, bro. It just went back over 4, so it was down to like 370.
Oh, dude,
it was down to 370, and then OPEC, whatever, OPEC.
Yeah,
they started.
They did some cuts.
Yeah, and now it's back at like 410.
It's over $6 here.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit!
I think
everywhere.
My wife has a Volkswagen, right? She's got a turbo diesel, and she's paying $7.01 a gallon for diesel.
On the diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel's less expensive in other states. In California, it's more expensive.
No, it's more expensive here too, bro.
No, I was just in Montana in Nevada. Sorry, I was in Nevada this weekend. Diesel is cheaper in Nevada than it is for gasoline. Yeah.
Interesting.
I talked to my parents who live in Long Island, New York, and they told me they're under fucking $3 a gallon. They're like $2.85.
Really?
Yes. In Long Island, New York, which is supposed to have supposed to be just as expensive as most
places.
Yeah,
they got big ass gas tax.
But I mean, my dad was telling me, I think he said the most he paid so far was like $3.25.
That is crazy, man.
And they were like bitching about it. I'm like, y'all are tripping, dude. I'm like, I'm about to take my separate legs out here, dude. Fucking lucky.
Yeah, try $6.
I know. I'm like, but no. Anyways, so Jordan, how's everything been for you, dude? You you still playing baseball and whatnot?
I got the season's over, but I'm going to Arizona in a couple weeks. Going down to Scottsdale area. Hi.
Scottsdale area. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
And so we're gonna be playing on all the spring training fields, like spring training fields.
Oh, that's tight. That's tight. Yeah, no, where the Yankees. I think the Yankees train out there, actually, dude. Either Arizona or Florida. I think they're Florida.
There's a bunch of like half the teams in the MLB got their fields out there. So I don't know what fields we're playing on, but I got that coming up. And other than that, just been working a lot of overtime, just working a lot, really working a lot, working out. And that's
working, baby. Working all day long.
I feel like we should next time Justin's in Cali or something, we should all link up and do something crazy, bro. Like kick a soccer ball around or something, dude. I need to get
I'm back in February.
Okay, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? Even just go out and get a fucking beer or something. I don't drink often, but
you know what I like about having Rich on here? Rich on here, first thing he gets on and starts talking about is making money. Dude, we gotta have we gotta have a podcast dedicated to just making money.
Well, I mean,
Rich. Hey,
bro, that's his name. His name's Rich.
Anytime, bro. Hey, hold up. Pause. Everybody pause. Rich.
What up?
Anytime you got a segment, you let us know, brother. And we will get you on the podcast. Anytime.
Okay.
Any Tuesday, bro.
I got you. Well, honestly, my only biggest segment I would say that a lot of people don't understand, that I battle with is mental illness, bro. Shit sucks. And it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking day, it's like, you fight your own demon in your head, bro. And it's like, it's crazy.
It's hard.
A lot of people don't understand to a certain extent. And it's like, my wife understands because she's been dealing with it firsthand. And, it's definitely rough, dude. It's not fair to families and shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, we're still humans, bro. We still gotta grow and do our thing, So with me, dude,
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why with me, dude, like, it was cool. You guys were right there. I didn't have to go nowhere when we were chilling. But like after everybody left, dude, I'm like, fuck, I just kind of became a recluse, dude. I'm just like, hey, it's hard to trust people and shit like that. It's just, but it's just, that's
I feel it, bro.
Yeah, that's a hard part in itself, just fucking dealing with that. And then, you don't want to be medicated because some of those medications get you fucked up and whatever else. And, it's a vicious cycle, dude. But, I try to self-medicate, bro, as best I can and, do what I can. But like I said, it's rough. A lot of people don't understand. I mean, there are days where I'm like fucking up here, dude. And then there are days where I'm fucking, 20 feet in the ground.
Dude,
and
yes,
it's like,
sir.
And it's
and
just
that's why we keep on trekking on. And it's like, I would love to have that, like, be like, any terms of way that you can, like, encapsulate that. If you got some like good story, like, I would love to have that be part of this.
Dude, I mean, always, dude. I mean, I learn every day, dude. Even having my kids and stuff like that, it's like everything I do now, dude. You have to watch, bro, because it affects them drastically. You know what I'm saying?
Totally,
like,
bro. That's crazy.
Every little move, I mean, I'm
That's
grateful.
crazy.
I mean, I'm grateful. My son, my son's 7, my daughter's 8. So it's like, they're at that age right now where they're, my son wants to do crazy shit all the time. And it's like, I'm getting older, bro. I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm not as limber as I used to be, dude. So I'm like, it's taking me.
I can't be doing this crazy shit.
I'm like, fuck, this taking me an extra 10 minutes to get out of bed, dog. I'm like, fuck this, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's part of fucking getting older, But yeah, no, I mean, there's some shit, dude. I mean, if I get some time to think, I mean, my wife even fucking is hella smart too, dude. She knows a lot of shit. I mean, she's fucking.
Hey, if she wants to have a segment, hey, you saw how we had a little segment, like she wants to advertise, like do a little like Denise's remedies.
No, I feel it.
Something.
But yeah, she actually has our little logo. It's Denise's Lover Leaf on there. It's like,
there we go.
That's sick.
Leaf.
There we go. We can throw that on the podcast. That's no problem.
But no, I mean, but that's legit. But yeah, honestly, dude, I'm trying to make money. I'm over fucking, I'm over this shit. There's ways to do it. It's just, I don't know, bro. I feel like you need money to make money. And that's what a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, bro.
That's like the hardest thing, bro. And it's like, you don't want to take a risk of, a calculated risk of pulling cash out of the bank. And then what, bro? You go start a business. That shit fails.
Then the market crashes under you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. There are times where, I mean, I've had some crazy ass business ideas, bro. Like, I could do shit on the side. Like, I mean, I fuck with clothes a little bit. Like, do my own shit to clothes or whatever else, And, like, if I really stuck to it and got behind it, dude, and, like, really went out and bought the tools and took my time to do it, dude, I mean, I could probably make serious money. But here's the thing, though, bro. Time is money. Money is time. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, it's really fucking hard to do. Some people aren't patient. And especially with the way the world is now, dude, like everything's all fast paced on the internet. It's hard. So
true, man. Yeah. There's something to be said for like just like taking your time and doing something like long term, but
yeah,
that's not.
But, all right, well, hey, let me get some shit together next week or whatever, and we'll fucking we'll figure it out.
Sounds good, brother.
Thanks for coming on, Rich.
Yeah, dude, no problem. All right, late guys.
Talk to you soon.
Peace out, brother.
Oh, that was nice hearing from Rich.
Yeah, we had the legend Rich on the podcast. So let's talk about Rich. Like, Rich is the best. He would come over with jambalaya and weed and drank every day to our home, like where we lived for 3 years. How long did you live there, Jordan?
The end of 2017 to when did we move? 2021. It was just under 4 years. It was like 3.5 years, I think. Was it that? I don't know. I don't remember.
This guy came over probably like after about a year, right? Like we never talked to Rich for about the first year.
The first time I met Rich, it was because Kyle was like hanging out at the pool a lot
in summertime.
During summertime. And there was other families at the pool, and he would like talk to Denise a lot. And then he was drinking and he started messaging her on Facebook. And which is not okay. And so
not
Rich,
okay.
that's our neighbor, like 2 houses over. And so Rich came over angry as hell one day. And Kyle was cooking in the kitchen and
bacon, stirring it up in a pot.
Rich just starts like laying into him. And I'm in my room, dude. I just peek out and like look over and like he's talking about like not messaging his wife. So I know like Kyle's already in the wrong right there.
Oh my God.
And I was just making sure nothing like went down, no fight broke out. But I was like watching and I was like, that's how I met him, dude. But he came over and they got cool after that and we became friends.
You want to know my first time that I met Rich?
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, first time I met Rich was before you moved in. It was me, OG Kyle, like number 1 Kyle, and Logan.
Yeah.
So we were just all like hanging out, chilling in the trailer, and the neighbor had passed away, which was Eli's grandma, who is Denise's son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
I think I got that right. And correct me if I'm wrong on that lineage, but it was something like that. So we were taking the couch out of the other house because they said we could have it. That was that brown couch. You remember the brown couch? Leather couch?
Yeah, the one that was like falling apart.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Was
so
it
that's where
the
we got
one that
from.
was in the first room I moved into that was just like falling apart everywhere?
No, that's the black couch.
That was a black couch.
That
Oh,
was-
the
that was
brown
Frank-
couch. Yeah, the brown couch. I was in the corner by the flag.
Yeah, bro. That's a brown leather couch. That shit was
Yeah.
indestructible.
Yeah.
But we got that from the neighbors, like when they died, and like that was like the first time we met Rich. He came over, and like Denise had made some gumbo, or like I can't remember if it was like gumbo or if it was like jambalaya. Like, it was some sort of like good ass soup. You know what I'm saying? And he brought it over in like a Tupperware. Like Rich brought over a full ass motherfucking Tupperware thing, like full of like jambalaya, bro. And we were like so hungry after like moving furniture for a whole day because like they had died, right? So we were like trying to take all the furniture out, and like we were just helping to move furniture basically all day. And Rich comes over with jambalaya, and we just eat that shit. That shit was good as fuck.
It sounds good. Jambalaya sounds delicious.
Bro, it was so good. And then it was kind of from there on for like maybe the next month or two. Like that was really early on. That was like that would have been like 2015, like 2014, 15. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Before I moved back to California.
Yeah. We moved in 2014, like November. That's when we moved into the trailer. And then I would say like mid 2015 is when that like transaction happened, because the trailer that my dad sold, like the trailer that we lived in, he sold it to the family, and they defaulted on their payments. They stopped paying it. So he got it back. You know what I'm saying? So he got it back, and then I moved into it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other family still owned the other one on the other side of us, which was Eli's family.
Is that where they live now?
No, that whole trailer got moved out of there. Like that trailer that oh God, the one that Kyle went into, that one.
That he went into?
That whole like with our neighbor. So that
Our
trailer,
next door neighbor?
Yeah, that trailer is not the same trailer that was there when.
Oh yeah, that's a brand new one. The spot 5.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, spot 5. Yeah, it's a whole new one. I remember it used to be empty. There was an empty space there. I used to make Kyle throw beans at me, and I used to hit it with a stick.
Yeah. So before that got moved out, we took all the furniture out, and that's what the brown couch was from.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So it was from that trailer before they moved it. I fucking love the fucking lineage right now, bro. But yeah, basically that was it. I mean, I don't know where else to go after that, but it was like, yeah.
Yeah, I miss living there, dude. They're good times, man.
I miss living there a lot. My parents ended up selling the place for $175,000.
It's a lot.
A lot.
And then you got to pay for that, and then you got to pay the park
monthly.
Yeah.
And since they put the new gate in, it's like $1,000.
That doesn't even work. And it kept going up. I remember since I was living there, it went up like all the time.
$25 every quarter.
Yeah, that's a shit ton.
It's like $100 a year.
Mobile home parks are supposed to be affordable. They're
Bro,
gentrifying.
Jordan, I didn't charge you anything. I didn't charge you any of my roommates. Like my dad never made money on that place.
I
Like,
know.
He only made money on that place after I started charging myself more. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like a valuable space for people to grow in. That was like a mindset. You know what I mean? Like if you live there, you are incorporated into this podcast. Like you get, like, that's what I mean. Like, that's what this is. Like,
yeah, I tried to take care of the place. I tried to make it better.
You did, but
and,
you also
leave it better than I left.
also grew immensely during your time there. Like You know what I'm saying? Like it allows you to do what you want to do.
Yeah, it was a
And that's
great,
what
it
that
was a great
place
spot.
did for a lot of people, dude. A lot of people. Like even before you, like there was multiple friends that I had that like came in there, they did their shit and they left. And they got their shit together and then they left because they didn't have to do shit while they were there. And that was kind of the idea behind the whole thing. It's like I'm not trying to like make anybody fucking, you know, struggle. Like this is supposed to be a place of betterment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what fucking sucked about Kyle is that he took that place and he drained it of that. You know, it's like this place was like a launching pad for like good individuals to take themselves, better themselves, and fucking go into the world. And then Kyle fucking took it and just fucking destroyed it. And
I felt like when he was first there, he started that way, but and then it went downhill though.
It went downhill. But at the same time, it's like with you every time, bro. It was like I come in there weekend. What are you doing? And you're like, dude, I'm doing this now. I'm doing this because of this, and this is why. And it's like I'm always changing. I'm bettering myself. And it's like Kyle was the first person to not do that. I was just so accustomed to like all of my roommates, besides Frank. Fuck Frank. I mean, not fuck Frank, but like Frank was kind of tight, but like at the same time, like he really wasn't though. I don't know.
Is he the
man.
Craigslist guy?
Did you ever live with Frank?
No, I heard about him like right before I moved
You never
in.
lived with Frank? Oh
No.
shit.
I think I took over Frank's room.
You did.
It was hella dirty when I moved in, dude.
Yeah, that dude had a whole room. It was a bed. He turned it all into a bed.
Dude, that room when I moved in was so dirty. I legit like scrubbed the walls, dude.
Dude,
Ceiling, the floor, just it was
deep clean.
there was hella cigarette butts in the corner. Like you told me you guys didn't smoke in there, but there was hella cigarette butts in there.
Frank was a dirty boy.
I don't know a Frank that isn't.
I don't either. All the Franks that I know are fucking kind of
Slime balls.
Kind of filthy.
Yeah.
Well,
good times.
I mean, yeah. I would say at this point in the night, we've gone through our guests. We've gone through the main topics. We've settled on, a little bit of a shared history in terms of the place that we grew up in, because we both grew up in the same geological area. Like realistically speaking, if you're talking about like mule deer, or if you're talking about like elk, or if you're talking about like any other sort of pack animal, like we grew up in the same area. We're the same herd. You know what I'm saying? So beyond that, I think next week we should I'm gonna dial in a little bit on this physics shit. I'm gonna try to figure out what the experiment was, and that's what I'm gonna try to do next week. I can't guarantee it, but I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna come in with some stuff too.
Okay.
I do gotta let you know, not next week, but the week after that, on the 25th. I'm gonna be traveling. I'm gonna be somewhere, probably in Arizona because games are on Wednesday.
Hell yeah.
So, but that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I might be traveling like in a national park or somewhere. I might stop somewhere.
Dude, no. Don't even worry about it, bro. We can take a national park break. The only reason
No. I want to call in for it though. I want to call in for it just like you do.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm going to be traveling that week,
okay,
and we'll do it from somewhere.
Perfect.
So,
hell yeah, bro. That sounds awesome.
But then next week, I'll have some stuff.
I'll try to figure this shit out. I have no idea what anyone's talking about anymore. But yeah,
I gotta prepare like the night before because I come straight from work into these things.
I know, man. I get a good little time off. I get to listen to my podcast and like print this out at the public library. That's what I did. I went to the public library.
Where's the public library at?
That's in Plains. That's 20 miles away.
Oh, that's a long ways to go to the library.
Well, I also did all of my laundry. That's all my laundry. which I have to do tonight now after we get off the phone. So I'm gonna start doing my laundry.
Cool beans.
All right, brother.
Well, thanks for the podcast today. Thank you. Shout out to Rich for coming on the podcast today.
And that just goes to show any frequent responder we have in the group chat, we will have on the podcast. Whoever else wants to be next, just let us know. We'll try to get you. Download Zoom. Just preemptively, if you want to be on the podcast, just download Zoom. And if you're in the chat, we'll try to add you.
We need to get Risty. We need to get Darius back. I'm trying to get Bobin. You saw that video I sent you today?
Bobin.
I
didn't see, no.
Yeah, you responded to it. You said like a haha.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, dude, I've been friends with Bobin on Facebook since like 2016, and I've had like talks with Bobin, dude. So you know who Liver King is, right?
Of course.
Liver Kings are like eat nose to tail, eat the organs. That's what the lion goes for first. Stuff like that. Ground yourself. 9 ancestral tenets. Bobin was talking about that stuff way before Liver King got famous. He was talking about eating all parts of the animal and like alternative health lifestyles way before like they got popular in social media. But he's a little rough around the edges. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy Bobin. But when it comes to primal, he's more primal than everybody else on social media. Everybody else. Nobody even comes close.
Let's fucking go.
I asked him today. He said he would go on a podcast, but if it reaches lots of people to get his word out. So we're not that's not us, but I'm gonna keep bugging him. I'll see what's up. But Bobin's cool, dude. He is you should follow him, dude. I'll send you.
So
I don't know if I send you
if we're just gonna talk about shouting people out real quick, I will say that I shouted out Nikita. She just went on that van restoration show with Billy Webb. Also another, anyway, they both, if they would like to come on the podcast, we would love to have you. So I'm going to send them this clip. And if you want to come on, that would be awesome. Talk about alternative lifestyles and van life and how that demolition TV show that you were on, like how that, actually made you inspired to do your own van build. So that would be awesome to hear that. So, but yeah, no, I'm excited for the future. Episode 20 in the bag, in the books. Episode
Let's
20,
go.
baby, complete, baby. Let's fucking go. We made it to the Vente status 2.0.
We're better than 99% of podcasters out there.
That's fucking right. And that's why we want to talk to anyone else that wants to talk, because we love to talk. So
also you need Rich. So Rich texted me. He said send him a text. He wants to send the menu to you.
Oh yeah.
He wants to send Denise's menu to you. And hit up Risty and bug him, because he told me that he would make us a jingle. And so I bugged him today. I'm like, yo, where's our jingle at? So we could play it at the intro of every podcast.
Yeah, we need an intro.
So hit up Risty and bug him, and let's get him on here. And I think it would be cool because he says he's been making beats. He should come on here and play his beats.
Live beats.
Make some live beats, or just play his beats, and we could just fucking have a segment where we're rapping over his beats.
I'm down.
I think
all right, brother.
Sick. All right, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. Basics
out, baby.